Hi everyone, it's Dr. Hafez from Scholars Dental. These videos are for anyone doing the NDEB process and is interested in the university pathway. In this specific video, we are going to talk about the University of Western Ontario, or Schulich, and that's from requirements, fees, timeline, all the details we could find. We're going to start with a summary in our slides. Then I'm going to go to some tabs I have open and look for more details. So let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's look at the requirements for University of Western Ontario, or Schulich. And the program here is called Internationally Trained Dentist Program, or ITD program. The length of the program is 3 years of actual DDS. So you're actually doing 3 years at the university. Okay. You enter year 2 and you do year 2, 3, and 4. So unlike UFT, where you enter year 3, then do year 3 and 4, this one you're actually doing 3 years. So I'm not even including the application, the preparation to get into it, right? So you're already starting off with 3 years. So we will eventually draw a timeline to see how long this takes. Now, eligibility, pretty much similar to UFT. You know, you want to be 4 years from non-accredited dental program. So you have to have 4-year schooling in a dental school that's recognized, but it's non-accredited in Canada. You want to be Canadian citizen or have a PR, and you have to have English proof, which is, I recommend either IELTS or TOEFL, because those are usually accepted, you know, in all universities. Now the dates, important dates to kind of look at. For example, just to give you an idea, if you're applying for 2023 program, right, in September, right, because you enter September, you have to begin the summer of 2022. So that's 1 year of you just preparing to apply. Okay, so let's look at a broad timeline here. Okay, let's say you're planning to get into September 2023. Now you get here into university and you have to do 3 years. So this is 3 years from here. Okay, now you begin your application somewhere in August. Okay, let's go a little bit further back. August of 2022 to get in to this, right? So here you could say there's August 2023. Okay, so a whole year before you actually start the program. Now what happens in this year here? Okay, you know, you do your application. You have to do something called the PLA course, which starts, you know, somewhere around October, November. Okay, PLA course. You do your PLA exam in March. PLA exam. Okay, and you're thinking, what are these? We're going to talk about them. So there's things you are doing to become, you know, to actually enter the program. Then you find out somewhere here if you got into the program or not. Okay, the cost of this PLA stuff is like $10,000. So we're going to talk about it in detail. So the risk here is higher if you think about it than UFT. Financially, time-wise, and you don't know if you're going to get in. Now, remember, you still need the AFK. So that means before this August, right, you have to have done the AFK. So most likely, you know, it would make more sense to do if you've done the AFK in Feb of 2022, right? And you got your results somewhere in March, April. You got your results, and then you find out that you could start doing this, applying for this in August. So Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August, that's seven months right here, right, to apply. And to prepare for your AFK, at least 6 months, right? You want 6 to 12 months. So you could say here is 1 year, right? At least, I think 1 year. So 1 year here, 1 year for application, 3 years inside. So I'm looking at, this is actually a 5-year plan, okay? Because a lot of students look at this and just go, oh, it's 2 years in UFT or 3 years in Western. But you have to look at the full plan, not just, you know, the years you're doing. The full plan is going to take around 5 years. Now imagine you do the exam in August. If you do your AFK in August, then you actually have to wait for the August of the year after, right? So it's even going to take you more time. All right. So I guess it's better maybe for people that really want university to do their exams in Feb, I guess. Again, you have to compare this with the UFT video and see the differences. All right. So that's a broad timeline. I could come back to this and add things to it. But let's look now at the application. So how to apply? You're going to be applying somewhere in August. Now, I'm going to use the terms 2022. That's when you're applying to get into 2023, just so that we have an idea and keep ourselves organized. So let's assume you're applying in 2022. You have an online application form or an application form you have to do. $275 non-refundable fee. You prove your citizenship or PR. You give them a notarized copy. You know, all this stuff, notarized copy of degree and transcripts, the same as UFT and most universities, with notarized English translation if needed. Now, something different in Western was this thing, World Education Services WES Credential Validation. I think it's a service that checks your degree and transcripts and makes sure that they're credible or something. So something separate. You'll find it on their website. We'll look into it, and then you just click on it and it'll take you through a process. Okay. AFK. So this one, AFK, within 5 years. You just need a pass. Okay. They don't care about how high the mark is. They just want you to have a passing mark, and it has 5 years. So you don't have to repeat AFK. Now, this is different than UFT, where UFT wanted ADAT. So I'm highlighting the differences here. Okay. You need a resume summarizing your dental education course and experience. Okay. I think UFT wanted a statement, but whatever, this is focus on this. English proof, IELTS or TOEFL, I recommend one of these two because they work for all universities usually, and that's within 2 years. This is always something you'll find. Name change if applicable. If you change your name, they want what your new name is and proof of that. Photo. And then this is the different one here, which is the PLA exam. So some differences here from UFT is this WES thing, the AFK exam, a resume, sure you could write that. And then this is the most unique, the PLA exam, which is unique to Western University program, okay? All these things, you prep them once and then you could send them to all the universities, and then each university may have a unique thing, right? This is the Western's unique thing. So what is this PLA exam? Now, in order for you to take the PLA exam, you have to take their PLA course. I mean, it's kind of weird. So they created an exam, and then they created a course which is mandatory that you have to take in order for you to be allowed to take the exam. So first, let's start with the PLA course. And this is where the expenses get high. It's called the Prior Learning Assessment. It's mandatory. So it's not an optional thing where you can just go take the PLA exam. You have to take the PLA course. Okay? And it's valid. And this PLA course is $8,500 plus HST. So you could say it's around $10,000, right? Total you're paying. And you still don't know if you're in. So you're risking the $10,000 and you don't know if you're going to get in, right? Okay, it's valid for 2 consecutive PLA exams immediately following. This is important because it's not saying it's valid for 2 years. Not 2 years. So if you take the PLA course in let's say you take it in 2021, it doesn't mean it's valid until 2023. Like, you know, if you want to calculate it, you might make a mistake. So know that it's only valid for 2 PLA exams after the course immediately. And here they have an example. So if you take the PLA course in Jan and you finish that one, you could only take the PLA exam that's in 2021. That's after the PLA course in Jan, and also the one that happens in 2022. You can't take the one in 2023. So it's only valid for 2 consecutive PLA exams immediately after the course you take, which means you have to retake the course and pay another $10,000 if that expires. Okay, so you're taking this PLA course. How do you take it? Well, when you do the application here, right, you apply, right, in August of 2020. So here's where you're applying, right? August 2022. Let's build on this timeline here. This sometimes doesn't work. So here is the application. So within a few days, right here it says within 5 to 7 business days via email or register to register for the course. So via email, they'll send you, or everybody that applied, they'll check, if you're eligible, and then they'll send you an invitation. They'll invite you to register for the PLA course. Okay. Now it's first come, first serve. There's 100 seats. Okay. And it begins in November and will extend until March. So if you look at the timetable here, you're applying, and it begins in November and will go until March. So here's where you do the PLA course. Okay. All right. This was a note that just said August of every year. This is when you want to start applying and stuff and preparing. And it's 10,000. Okay. Now, once you do that course, you have to do the exam. The PLA exam is a one-day exam that happens in March. Could be on a Friday, could be on a Saturday. So there's Friday maybe batch, Saturday batch, and it says in the on the website, it says Sunday if needed. So one of those days, right, in March. So that means if you go back here, you do it until March, and then you have the PLA exam in March, okay, of 2023. If you applied in 2022, right, you'll do your PLA exam in 2023. All right. Now it's 800, so now you're actually ramping up a little bit around 11,000. Okay, after successful completion of you could only do it after you complete the PLA course. It's mandatory as well. They want to assess your skills, and it'll be used to consider your entrance to the ITD program. So you're not guaranteed yet an entry. Now, 40 max top-ranked participants will be invited to an interview in March and April. The results of the PLA are confidential and not be released, and there's no appeals. You can't appeal. So, out of the 100 seats, 40 will go to be called for an interview. Okay? 40 will be invited for interview. That means 60 people, or 60%, if they fill up the PLA course, will just have spent, 10,000. Also, another 800 for the exam. Let's say the 200 for the application fee. So you're easily at, by now, you've spent 11,000, and you spent time going to the university, doing the course, doing all this stuff. And 60 of you out of 100 will not even be invited to the interview. Okay? Now, so that means the interview will be somewhere here, March, April. There'll be the interview, right? Okay. And then after that, they'll decide. So the decision of you entering the ITD program will be based on the PLA results, okay, your English score, and your interview. So you could see AFK, the mark of AFK is not a significant role here. It's just they want to know that you passed, that you have that foundation, or minimum 75%. So you could look at it that it's maybe easier from that point of view, that they're not, looking heavily at your GPA, your AFK score. They're looking that you just passed the AFK, and then they're going to really assess if you could enter the school based on these things. Okay. And then offer of admission sent out in April, May for the program beginning in September. Students enter second year DDS. So then they'll tell you, okay, somewhere in wait, how is it May? April, May, yeah. This is March, so May would be somewhere April, May, June, July, August. So here you'll find out that you got into the program to enter the September, okay? I mean, I could delete this August here, just put it closer here, okay? May, June, July. Okay, so you'll know 3 months before September that you're getting in. Okay, so now you have an idea of, how this works. I think I did miss a few things here, but I wanted to give you the most important thing is the timeline and the cost of the risk. Now, once you get into the program and you're in school, pretty much, you're doing year 2, 3, and 4, you could apply for OSAP to get, to cover the cost of the education, right? As a loan, obviously. Okay, so now let's go to the browser and see. So first of all, focus on the timeline, know how long it's taking. It's after AFK, it's 4-year plan, not 4-year program, 4-year plan. Including the AFK, it could be a 5-year plan if you're looking at it. I don't now you could not count the AFK because it's something you have to do anyway for direct. So you could just look at it as a step necessary for the direct pathway. So I would look at this realistically. To be fair, when you're comparing it to UFT, it's a 4-year plan after AFK. Okay, so now I'm going to leave these slides and I'm going to bring up the browser here and just see what other stuff we could find. So if you enter, advanced placement, or just write ITD and then Western or Schulich, university, you'll easily find this page. So here's the program. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. A 3-year program for dentists who receive education outside of Canada, obviously from non-accredited program. You'll join 2nd year and do it. Okay, so program description. Okay. Just, things not really important. Students in year 1 of the program starting in September will be integrated with the 2nd year. Okay, so again, we know that the specialties they have, or you have to attend all these lectures. And then, okay, nothing really necessary. Everything here is just, when you're done, you'll be eligible to take the NDEB exams, the OSCE, and the written board to get your certificate. Admission requirements. So you can see here, this is how it looks like. Administrative fee, okay, $275, non-refundable. Dental degree and transcripts, and may need, you want it to be notarized and translated if required. If your main country is not, the primary language is not English, right? So if they're not English, make sure they're translated. Here's the new thing. This is even new for them. World Education Services West Credential Evaluation. Original copy of this West credential of your dental degree course. We will also accept electronic delivery reports. So it's probably nothing too difficult. If you click on it, let's see, it takes you to this website. And I'm just assuming it's something that it's a third-party thing that checks your documents that they're credible. Kind of like a notarized thing, but it's an extra step so that no one is creating or fabricating any documents. Canadian citizenship, or PR. Okay. Assessment of so AFK, and as we said, it's within 5 years it will be accepted. So that means valid test dates for 2021 is from 2016. So they give you examples here so that you really know. Okay. So any AFK taken prior to August 2016 will not be considered. And you just need a pass. English proficiency, again, you can see here TOEFL, IBT, or IELTS, and they're giving you what scores you need. Okay, 2 years before, and they're giving you deadlines and dates. Okay, so it's pretty clear. Proof of name change if required, a resume, and a photo as well. Here's the application form. It's now closed, so it'll be here when you get the application. Fees and deadline. So you can see we talked about this. The PLA course, we said it's around 10,000. And then the exam for the PLA is 800. And then here's the tuition fee. So current and historic fee schedule can be found on the Office of the Registrar's website. So if we click here, it kind of gets a little bit more hidden. And I can't really find it as easily. Anyway, let's keep going and see if we could find anything more over here. So here's a PLA course, or continuing education. So this is talking about the PLA assessment prep course. Okay, you can see it's talking about how many participants. In order to register, you need a registration number. You'll receive a registration number once your application package is received. So they'll invite you to it with a registration number. So once you do your application, they'll invite you to this program. They'll give you a number that allows you to register for it. You can see here more details about this. So the in-person, all lectures will be delivered online, you can see. But there's also in-person clinical sessions that you have to do. For the in-person, you'll have to be given option to register for a preferred cohort date. However, Schulich dentistry reserve the right to reallocate the participants. Okay, all clinical sessions are from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So they might have two kind of things going, 2 batches pretty much. So you can see here Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here's Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. Sure. Tuition for the program we have it here, which is 8,000. Oh, I didn't see this one. There's an fee for any cancellation. So if you cancel, you lose 350. The exam, when it's happening, okay, and it's all mandatory. Okay. So let's go back here, finish this list. Admission process. So the application first. Here's some details on it. If you click here, this is what we went through. Like it takes you a year to pretty much apply. Okay, and then they're telling you here that step 2 is the PLA prep course. And it's only valid for 2 consecutive exams after it. Okay. And then here you have the PLA exam and interview stage. Okay. And then the selection at the end. Class statistics. I don't see what's the, just showing you maybe how many people get in, I guess. Here. Applicant pool. You have 115 females, 103 males, 200 people apply. Okay, good info to know. I'm not sure. Range of scores for, this is good information. So the range of scores for AFK, they've seen is from 80 to 90. So then that tells you if you got above 80, then you have a better chance at getting in here. Okay, so you could kind of put it part of your goal or requirement. When you're born as well. So am I seeing this right? Class size is 20. So applications are 218. They only took 20. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, so let's look at, that's class statistics. Frequently asked questions. What are the tuition costs? So current and historical fee are found here. And then takes me to this. Okay, so fall and winter, they don't make this easy right now. So I've already looked into this and tried to find it, but let's see if we could find something. Undergraduate, like, are you considered international at this point, or are you just entering second year? Right? So I'm not sure. I think it's just better. Second entry cohort based. Yeah, I can't really. Dental kit. Okay, here I could tell this is dentistry at least. Tuition, total fee, single payment. Year 1, year 1. Okay, let's look at year 2. Oh, it is nursing. Oh, here's dentistry. Okay, we found something. Okay, I got it. So you can see here, dentistry, year 2, 50,000. Year 3, 41, and year 4 is 37. So you're looking at around 95 plus 37, 130,000 maybe. That's for year 2. So that's 130 tuition. Okay. Now, is that the whole total thing? Because here you can see they split them up into tuition and then kind of like fees. Some other fees, transit pass, all this stuff. Okay, dental plan. Okay, so let's look here. If we go to the right, you can see here dental kits. So they'll charge you for a kit as well. So in second year, it's 18,000, then 4,500, then 1,000. Okay, so pretty much you're looking around. This is why I say school's going to be around 150 to 200,000. Okay, so we found some answers here about the cost of the program, but you should be more concerned about the risk cost where you're paying from your pocket. These ones you could kind of cover them with a loan. Still, you have to take that into consideration when you compare uni pathway versus direct pathway as well. Okay, what would happen if I clicked on summer tuition? Is that different? Yeah, this doesn't make sense. 1,000, 200. Yeah, there's too much unorganized information here. Oops. Let's go back. Okay. So yeah, I think we found the one we wanted there. What happens if we click on international and look at dentistry? Okay, I don't think this applies to this program. because when you enter year 2, 3, and 4, you're not really international. I think here when they say international, they mean like a non-Canadian citizen maybe coming into an international program just to study, then leaving the country again. Anyway, these things could be confirmed later on while you're doing this, and you should do more research about it, right? So we've done, there's a lot of, frequently asked questions here you could look into. I'm not going to go through all of them. I just wanted to give you a main pathway to understand how it works. And then when you are serious about this, of course, go in here and read a lot about this stuff just to get all your questions answered. How many positions are available? It is 20 students, so we're right. So 40 will be called to an interview and 20 will be accepted. So out of the 100 people that did the PLA, 20% will go in. So 80 people will lose their, 10K investment pretty much. Then you have a second chance the next year. So you have to consider these things, right? That's why U of T is a little bit, I find it more, less risky when it comes to applying for the IDAP, because you're not going into a big investment. Now you could open both pathways. What complicated U of T now is the whole ADAT thing, right? All right, so again, please, if you're serious about this, look into all of these, read them up and get more info. Post-admission, nothing really here that's important, I think, and related links. Okay, so let's see if there's anything. Can I submit AFK test result from previous years? Written 5 years. Do I have to pass AFK? Yes, you need to pass. Okay, what is this West thing? I think I saw one here about that. Other than West. No, you have to use West. So that's an important step. Okay, everybody, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to see if I have any other links here that are important, that are open. So again, this is true. 20 students make it from 218. Okay, students. All right. We looked at this. We looked at the West thing. We looked at the expenses. I think we covered a lot of good info here. That's pretty much it. I don't want to make this longer. If you need more details, you could look at the rest of the details if you're serious. But now you understand a general pathway and cost of this university, and you could compare it with our U of T video and see which one may suit you. Again, if you have any questions or you need help, you could book a free consult with us. We'll Zoom one-on-one, and we could discuss your situation, figure out a plan that works for you. Because if you take an AFK course or our AFK course, we will help you also prepare for AFK. And by the time you're out from the course, you'll be good to probably take the IMBDE and ADAT. We are working on content to help students prepare for both the American and the Canadian exams together. But anyway, if you need help just figuring out what plan is best for you time-wise, financially, we could help you with that. So book your free consult if you need that help. And that's all for now. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.